The huge hall was filled with light and voices from many different alien races. After years of war and fighting, the leaders of the galaxy had come together to try for peace. This was the first time in decades that so many races met in one place. The air was thick with tension. The room was enormous, with tall windows showing the stars outside. Long tables curved in a circle, and representatives from many planets sat in their places. Some were tall, some short, some had scales or feathers, some had glowing eyes. All were watching each other carefully. Among them, the humans had arrived last. The humans' ship entered quietly, docking at the space station where the summit was held. Commander Elena led the human team. She was calm but aware of the eyes, watching her. The other races had not trusted humans for a long time. The humans had been in many wars, sometimes as allies, sometimes as enemies. Some thought humans were too aggressive. Others thought they were unpredictable. Elena walked into the hall. She wore a simple uniform with the Earth flag on her chest. Her dark hair was pulled back and her eyes looked serious. She felt the weight of the moment. This meeting could change everything. As she took her seat, whispers spread around the room. Some aliens looked at her with suspicion, others with curiosity. No one smiled. The leader of the Galactic Council, a tall being with silver skin named Varek, stood up. He raised his hand to quiet the crowd. "Welcome," Varek said in a deep voice. "After many years of war, we gather here to end the fighting. We want peace, but peace is not easy. It requires trust. It requires sacrifice." Elena listened carefully. She knew this was only the beginning. Many did not want peace. Some wanted to keep fighting for power. Varek continued. "Each race will speak. We must be honest and open. This is our chance to build a better future." The first to speak was the Zeltron, a race with green skin and sharp eyes. They blamed the humans for many battles lost. The Zeltron leader's voice was cold and hard. "You humans came late," he said. "We wonder if you are really here for peace. Your past actions say otherwise." Elena's heart beat faster. She stood calmly and replied, "We are here to build peace. Earth has changed. We want to prove ourselves." The hall was silent for a moment. Then other races started to speak. Some agreed with Zeltron. Others wanted to listen. Elena noticed some faces that did not want peace at all. She saw secret signs, quick looks and hidden weapons. The summit was not just about talking. It was a dangerous game. Hours passed. The talks were long and tiring. Many argued. No one trusted easily. Elena felt the pressure growing. Suddenly she heard a whisper from one of her aides. "Commander, you need to see this." Elena followed quietly to a side room. There, her assistant showed her a message from a secret source. It said that some delegates planned to betray the peace talks. They wanted to attack the humans once the talks ended. Elena's blood ran cold. She looked at the faces in the meeting room through the glass. How many could she trust? Back in the hall, the summit continued. The alien leaders argued over territory, resources, and old wounds. The room grew louder and more tense. Elena felt her patience breaking. Suddenly, she stood. Everyone's eyes turned to her. She took a deep breath and said loudly, "I cannot be part of this any longer." The room went silent. Elena walked toward the exit. Her footsteps echoed in the hall. Whispers turned to gasps. Varek shouted, "Commander Elena, wait!" But she did not stop. She left the room, leaving shocked faces behind. Outside, she looked at the stars. The weight of the galaxy pressed on her shoulders. Why had she walked away? What secret did she carry? And what would happen next? No one knew. But one thing was clear. This peace summit was far from over. After Elena walked out of the meeting, the room was full of shock and whispers. No one expected a human to leave the Galactic Peace Summit in the middle of talks. The silence was heavy. Leaders from many alien races looked at each other, confused and angry. Varek, the silver-skinned leader of the Galactic Council, banged his fist on the table. "Bring her back," he ordered. "We cannot lose this chance for peace." But Elena was already far from the hall. She stood alone in a quiet corridor, her mind racing. She knew why she had left. The secret message she had received was real. Some delegates did not want peace. They planned to attack the humans once the talks ended. Elena's assistant, a young human named Raj, caught up with her. "Commander, what will you do? If you don't return, the summit could collapse." Elena shook her head. "I cannot trust them," she said quietly. "If we stay, it's a trap." Raj looked worried. "But we need the others to believe in us." Elena's eyes burned with determination. "Then we need proof. We must find the traitors before it's too late." Back in the summit hall, the alien leaders tried to continue the talks. But the mood had changed. Suspicion filled the room like poison. Some accused others. Old enemies pointed fingers. The dream of peace was slipping away. Meanwhile, Elena and Raj returned to their ship. Elena ordered a secret investigation. They began searching for clues in the summit's data systems and intercepted messages. Every detail mattered. Hours passed. The humans discovered strange communications between some delegates and a hidden military group. The messages talked about plans to ambush the human team after the summit. The names of several key delegates appeared in the reports. Elena felt a cold anger. These were the very leaders who were supposed to make peace. She decided to act. She sent a private message to Varric, warning him of the betrayal and naming the suspects. But she knew she could not trust the council completely. Some members might be involved. Elena planned to reveal the truth during the next summit session. She wanted to expose the traitors and stop the attack before it began, but the enemies were watching too. Late that night, Elena's quarters were broken into. The intruders moved silently, but Raj caught them in time. A fight broke out. Elena and Raj fought bravely but were outnumbered. Before they could be captured, Elena triggered an alarm. The intruders fled, leaving behind a warning message: "Stop or suffer the consequences." Elena looked at the message, her face hard. The danger was real, and it was closer than she thought. The next day, Elena returned to the summit hall. The room fell silent as she entered. Eyes watched her carefully. She walked to the center and spoke clearly. "There are traitors among us. Some do not want peace. They plan to attack after these talks." Gasps filled the room. She revealed the evidence she had found. The names. The messages. Some leaders denied it angrily. Others looked away. Elena warned, "If we do not stop this, war will return. This summit will fail." The tension rose higher. But now everyone knew the truth. The peace talks were no longer just about words. They were about survival. The summit hall was filled with heavy silence after Elena's shocking speech. Some leaders whispered, others stared, and a few clenched their fists in anger. The accusation of betrayal hung in the air like a dark cloud. Varric, the Galactic Council leader, tried to calm everyone. "We must investigate these claims fairly," he said. "No one is guilty until proven." But Elena knew better. She had seen the proof and felt the weight of betrayal deep in her bones. Elena's team began to search for the traitors inside the summit. Cameras and security systems were watched closely. Every message was checked again and again. Days passed. With no clear answer. The traitors were careful, covering their tracks well. But Elena had a plan. She invited all the leaders to a secret meeting in the council chambers, away from the main hall. The room was tense, filled with eyes full of doubt and suspicion. Elena spoke slowly and clearly. "I know someone here is working against peace. Someone who fears what humans represent. I want them to speak now. Tell us the truth." No one answered. Suddenly, an alarm sounded. The main hall's power was cut off and the doors locked automatically. Panic spread like wildfire. In the darkness, strange noises came from the ventilation shafts and walls. It was an attack, a sabotage designed to stop the peace talks. Elena's heart raced. This was the proof she needed. Someone wanted to end the talks by force. She ordered her team to secure the delegates and protect the innocent. Lights flickered back on, and security forces rushed to control the chaos. Among the chaos, Elena spotted a suspicious figure trying to slip away. She called her guards and gave chase. The figure was fast, but not fast enough. The guards caught the saboteur, a trusted delegate from a powerful alien race. The delegate refused to speak, but Elena knew this was the start of uncovering the way. Full betrayal. Back in the council chambers, Elena faced the other leaders. "We have one traitor, and there may be more. We must find them before it's too late." Some leaders looked shocked. Others avoided her gaze. Elena felt the weight of responsibility. If she failed, the entire galaxy could fall back into war. She sent a message to her home base. Reinforcements and backup were on the way. As the summit resumed, the tension was thicker than ever. Every leader watched the others like enemies. Elena's only hope was that the truth would come out before blood was spilled. The summit was no longer just about peace talks. It was now a battlefield of secrets and lies. After the failed sabotage attempt, Elena knew the threat was deeper than she thought. The traitors were not just individuals. They had allies, a secret group working to destroy the peace from inside. Elena gathered her closest team for a private meeting. She showed them new evidence found on the captured saboteur's device. It was a hidden communication channel, linking several delegates. "They are working together," Elena said. "A secret alliance against the humans and peace." Her team looked worried. This was bigger than anyone had imagined. Raj, Elena's assistant, frowned. "How can we stop them if we don't even know who they are?" Elena's eyes narrowed. "We have to watch them closely. Follow their moves. Wait for the right moment to expose them." Meanwhile, rumors began to spread through the summit. Some delegates whispered about hidden enemies and secret deals. The once hopeful talks turned into tense accusations. One night, Elena received an anonymous message. It said, "You cannot stop what is coming. Leave now or face the consequences." Elena felt a chill run down her spine. The enemies were watching her every step. Determined, she increased security around herself and the other peaceful delegates. But she also knew she needed allies. She reached out quietly to a few leaders who had shown honesty and courage. Together, they planned to uncover the secret alliance. During the next summit session, Elena confronted the group with a powerful speech. "Peace is our only chance to survive," she said. "But some among us choose war and destruction." She paused, scanning the room. "I know who you are. Your lies and secrets will not stop us." The room fell silent. Eyes shifted nervously. Suddenly, a loud explosion rocked the building. Smoke filled the hall. Panic spread again. Elena stayed calm and ordered everyone to safety. As they evacuated, she realized the war for peace was only beginning. The secret alliance would not give up easily. After the explosion, the summit was in chaos. Smoke filled the corridors, alarms blared, and delegates rushed to escape. But Elena stayed focused. She knew the real fight was just beginning. Back in the temporary safe room, Elena and her trusted team gathered to plan their next move. "The secret alliance is stronger than we thought," she said. "They have powerful enemies inside this summit." Raj nodded. "We have to find out who they are before they strike again." Elena's eyes scanned the room. "We need proof. Something clear and strong enough to expose them to everyone." Days passed with careful investigation. Security footage was reviewed, communication logs analyzed, and every suspicious action was checked. Then a breakthrough came. One of Elena's team found encrypted messages hidden inside routine transmissions. These messages revealed names, dates, and plans. Elena studied the list carefully. It included some of the most respected leaders in the summit. She felt a chill. The enemy was closer than she ever imagined. Elena decided it was time for a bold move. During the next meeting, she stood up again and spoke with calm but firm voice. "We have found evidence of a secret group working against peace," she said. "These traitors plan to destroy the summit and start a new war." She named the leaders involved, showing the proof she had gathered. Gasps filled the room. Some leaders tried to deny the accusations, but Elena's evidence was too strong. The council immediately voted to arrest the accused delegates. As the guards moved in, Elena watched carefully. She knew this was only the beginning. Outside the meeting hall, a shadowy figure watched the arrests through a screen. The figure smiled darkly. This is far from over, the figure whispered. The humans have made a powerful enemy. Elena's heart pounded. The galaxy's future was uncertain, but she was ready to fight for peace no matter the cost. After the arrests, the summit was more tense than ever. Some leaders were angry, others scared. Trust was breaking down fast. The dream of peace seemed to slip farther away. Elena worked hard to keep calm. She called for a new meeting with all the remaining leaders. "We must not let the traitors win," she said. "We need to finish these talks and bring peace to the galaxy." But many leaders were doubtful. They whispered behind closed doors. Some secretly prepared for war. Elena noticed something strange. Supplies and weapons were being moved into the summit building. It was clear some groups were ready for a fight. That night, Elena stayed awake, thinking. She knew the galaxy was at a breaking point. One wrong move could start a war that no one could stop. Suddenly, an urgent message came from her security team. "Commander Elena, we have a problem. A group of armed forces is heading toward the summit." Elena's heart raced. She quickly gathered her team. "Prepare for defense," she ordered. "We must protect the delegates and stop this attack." Outside, the attackers moved fast. They wanted to destroy the peace talks once and for all. The summit's security forces met them with force. Explosions lit up the night sky. The fight was fierce and chaotic. Elena led her team in the thick of the battle. She fought not just with weapons, but with the hope that peace was still possible. As the battle raged, Elena spotted the leader of the attackers, a powerful alien warlord who had long opposed peace. The warlord shouted, "This summit will fall. War is the only way." Elena stood firm. "No, we choose peace. Your time is over." With the help of her team and loyal allies, Elena pushed back the attackers. Slowly, the battle turned in their favor. When the dust settled, the attackers retreated. The summit was damaged but still standing. Elena looked at the leaders around her. Some were shaken, but all understood the truth. The galaxy was fragile, but hope was still alive. The day after the attack, the summit was quiet but tense. Everyone was on edge, watching each other carefully. Trust was fragile, and fear filled the air. Elena knew the summit could fall apart at any moment, but she also believed peace was still possible. As she walked through the damaged halls, she heard whispers of a mysterious visitor, someone who had arrived unexpectedly and wanted to help. Curious, Elena asked her assistant Raj to find out more. Soon, Raj returned with surprising news. "Commander, an alien from a distant system has come. He says he wants to join the talks and help stop the war." Elena was cautious. Why would a stranger come now? Could he be part of the secret alliance? Raj shook his head. "He seems genuine. His people suffered in the last war and want peace." Elena decided to meet the stranger. In a quiet room, she faced the alien, tall, with calm eyes and a gentle voice. "I am Kiran," he said. "My people have watched the galaxy fall into chaos. We want to help end this." Elena studied him carefully. There was no sign of lies. Kiran shared valuable information about the secret alliance, their plans, their weaknesses. He also brought new technology that could protect the summit and the galaxy from further attacks. Elena felt hope rising. Together, they called a new meeting. Kiran spoke with honesty and courage. Slowly, some leaders began to believe in peace again, but not everyone trusted Kiran. Some whispered that he might be a spy. Elena knew she had to protect him and prove his loyalty. As the talks continued, Elena and Kiran worked side by side. They planned new security measures and strategies to catch any traitors. The summit was still fragile, but a new chance for peace had begun. The summit hall was filled with tension. Every delegate sat quietly, waiting. This was the moment they had been fighting for, the final peace agreement. Elena stood at the front, her heart steady but heavy. Months of battles, betrayals, and hard choices had led to this day. Kiran, the unexpected ally, sat beside her. Together, they had worked to build trust and bring hope back to the summit. But not everyone was ready to accept peace. Whispers grew louder. Some leaders argued that war was the only way to survive. Elena raised her hand. We cannot let fear control us. We must choose peace or lose everything we fought for. Suddenly, a voice interrupted. It was the warlord who had led the attack before. You think peace will save you? He sneered. You are weak. War will decide the future. The room fell silent. The warlord stood, challenging the leaders. Elena stepped forward, calm, but firm. We have seen enough destruction. The galaxy deserves a chance to heal. She looked directly at the warlord. If you refuse peace, you will face the consequences. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then slowly, leaders began to nod. The fear was fading, replaced by hope. The vote was held. Peace won by a small but clear margin. Cheers broke out. But Elena knew the real work was just beginning. Outside the hall, soldiers prepared to enforce the new agreement. Kieran promised to help rebuild the damaged worlds. Elena smiled quietly. The journey was far from over, but for the first time in a long time, the galaxy had a future. As the delegates left the summit, Elena whispered to herself, "We chose peace. Now we must protect it." The stars outside shone brightly, a new dawn for the galaxy.